Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our monthly Taize service. I am Reverend Tessie Mandeville. I am here in the Buff Sanctuary, along with our keyboard artist, Andrea Rackle, and my partner, Lisa Heesen. And at about 6:45 this evening, our laptop decided it was going to do a Windows update, which is why you can't see the sanctuary yet. So we're working that out. In the meantime, we are here. We've got this beautiful altar that we can all focus on, and we'll just go ahead and start singing. And hopefully soon, you'll be able to see a wider picture and the three of us here in the sanctuary. But we're so glad you're here with us. We're grateful that Rory McLeod is hosting us from home. And we also have with us Stephanie Rains, one of our Taize leaders and watercolor artists, who is sharing with us some of her work this evening and will do some of the readings along with me. So I invite you to sit back and relax, and let's just enjoy being together, singing and praying by candlelight. We'll start singing with the song Gathered Here. Gathered here in the mystery of love, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the fall. Spirit, draw near. Gathered here in the mystery of gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the fall. Spirit, draw near. Gathered here in the mystery of gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the pain. Spirit, draw near. Spirit, draw near. Clouds have turned us to rain. Summer is upon us. Clouds have turned us to rain. Summer is upon us. Gliding o'er the walls, hovering above the hearts, and yellow sky. Bird of clouds have turned us to rain. Summer is upon us. Crickets in the night, chirping in our ears the song of moonlit music. Bird of clouds have turned us to rain. Summer is upon us. Bird of clouds have turned us to rain. Summer is upon us. Bird of clouds have turned us to rain. Summer is upon us. Gliding on the walls, hovering above the hearts and yellow hillside. Bird of clouds have turned us to rain. Summer is upon us. Crickets in the night, chirping in our ears the sound of moonlit music. Bird of clouds have turned us to rain. Summer is upon us. Our opening reading is called The Worst Thing We Ever Did by Shalane Harkin, who writes, "The worst thing we ever did was put God in the sky out of reach, pulling the divinity from the leaf, sifting out the holy from our bones, insisting God isn't bursting dazzlement through everything we've made a hard commitment to see as ordinary, stripping the sacred from everywhere to put in a cloud man elsewhere, prying closeness from your heart. The worst thing we ever did was take the dance and the song out of prayer, made it sit up straight and cross its legs, removed it of rejoicing, wiped clean its hip sway, its questions, its ecstatic yowl, its tears. The worst thing we ever did is pretend God isn't the easiest thing in this universe, available to every soul in every breath.
The worst thing we ever did was put God in the sky out of reach, pulling the divinity from the leaf, sifting out the holy from our bones, insisting God isn't bursting dazzlement through everything we've made a hard commitment to see as ordinary, stripping the sacred from everywhere, to put in a cloud man elsewhere, prying closeness from your heart. The worst thing we ever did was take the dance and the song out of prayer, made it sit up straight and cross its legs, removed it of rejoicing, wiped clean its hip sway, its questions, its ecstatic yowl, its tears. The worst thing we ever did is pretend God isn't the easiest thing in this universe, available to every soul in every breath.
Return to who you are. Return to what you are. Return to where you are. Born and reborn again. Return to who you are. Return to what you are. Return to where you are. Born and reborn again. Return to who you are. Return to what you are. Return to what you are. So I invite you to join me for our embracing meditation. Settle in a little more comfortably. Breathe deeply. Relax your shoulders. Soften your gaze and close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Breathe out all anxiety. Breathe in calm and peace. And let us sit together for a time of silent meditation and prayer. And now, gently, we turn our thoughts to this community and communities all over the world that sustain us. We pause to remember the joys and concerns among us. I invite you to type your joy or concern or the name of someone who is on your heart. Type it into the chat box and I will read it aloud, sharing it with the community as we hold it together in prayer. We name Rihanna in our circle of concern tonight. Grateful for a week with our daughter and granddaughter visiting from Tucson. Prayers for my brother. Gratitude for our calm presence in the midst of this technological difficulty. We name Diane, Shirley, Jean, Nicole, and all those struggling with substance abuse. And we claim joy for those in recovery. And joy for Brandon completing this virtual school year. To each and all, according to their need, may wisdom and strength and healing flow from the Spirit of life this day and forever. Blessed be, and amen. Some of our longings and prayers come from a deep place where words are difficult to find. If you have some candles there on your altar, I invite you to light them now, bringing to mind those prayers, those longings, and let us continue singing as we light candles together. thank you. Yes, thank you. It would like a ship in the harbor, like a mother and child, like a night in the darkness. I hold you we'll rock on the water. I'll break all your and hold you angels sing you to sleep like a ship in the harbor, like a mother and child, like a night in the darkness. I'll hold you warm. We're on I'll bring and hold you angels sing you to sleep like a ship in the like a mother and child, like a night in the darkness. I'll hold you we're up on the mountain. I'll bring all you deep and hold you angels sing you to sleep like a ship in the like a ship in the like a mother and child. In the darkness, I'll hold you we'll with every thought, with every step we take, may we shine a light of faith. May we shine a light. May we shine a light of with every thought, with every step we take, may we shine a light.
Our closing reading tonight is a poem by Mary Oliver, Mindful. Every day I see or I hear something that more or less kills me with delight, that leaves me like a needle in the haystack of light. It is what I was born for, to look, to listen, to lose myself inside this soft world, to instruct myself over and over in joy and acclamation. Nor am I talking about the exceptional, the fearful, the dreadful, the very extravagant, but of the ordinary, the common, the very drab, the daily presentations. Oh, good scholar, I say to myself, how can you help but grow wise with such teachings as these? The untrimmable light of the world, the ocean's shine, the prayers that are made out of grass.
Mindful. Every day I see or I hear something that more or less kills me with delight, that leaves me like a needle in the haystack of light. It is what I was born for, to look, to listen, to lose myself inside this soft world, to instruct myself over and over in joy and acclamation. Nor am I talking about the exceptional, the fearful, the dreadful, the very extravagant, but of the ordinary, the common, the very drab, the daily presentations. Oh, good scholar, I say to myself, how can you help but grow wise with such teachings as these? The untrimmable light of the world, the ocean's shine, the prayers that are made out of grass. Be ours a religion which like sunshine goes everywhere, its temple of space, its shrine the good heart, its creed all truth, its ritual wise. like sunshine goes everywhere. Its temple all space, its shrine the good heart, its creed all truth, its ritual works of love. Well, thank you for being here with us this evening to sing and pray and make music together by candlelight. As you can see, we are indeed here in the sanctuary. So thank you to Lisa for her patience in working with the laptop updates. And thank you to you for just staying present and being with us. We'll plan to be together again next month on Monday, July the 5th at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. We'll be live streaming from the sanctuary. We know that it's a holiday weekend, but we also know that not everyone is traveling yet. So we hope that some of you will plan to join us. And speaking of that, we are able now to have up to 30 people in the sanctuary. So we'd like to have you all, those of you that are comfortable and feeling ready, to join us in the sanctuary as you're able on the Monday, July the 5th for the 7 o'clock service. But here's what we need from you to do that. We need you to wear a mask. We need you to be fully vaccinated. We need you to sign a waiver when you arrive here. And we need you to register in advance. So I'll get that registration information to you a little bit later through the midweek update and on my Facebook page and on Buff's Facebook page. And I know that not everyone is quite ready for that, for coming back and being together and singing. I know it's complex, but if you find yourself feeling ready and you are able to follow the criteria that we've set up to keep everyone as safe as possible, then we will welcome you here in the sanctuary with us next month. But we will also continue to have a hybrid service. So even as more people become comfortable in coming back, we know that some of y'all don't live here. This is an international Taize service, and we're planning to keep it that way. So we're going to use our laptops and our cell phones and all this technology that we have to make sure that we can still come in to your own homes on the first Monday of every month. And we will look forward to doing that. And as always, we appreciate all the ways that you've supported us over this last year and the ways that we kept Taize going from our homes. It's only our second time with Lisa, Andrea, and I being in the sanctuary together, and it's really lovely for us to be singing together. And so Rory's going to put up a donation slide, and if that's something that you have the means of doing right now, then we appreciate that. So I'll just invite you to follow those instructions on the slide. But we'll go ahead and we'll draw our service to a close, saying what we like to say, that as this day draws to a close, we remember that what's done is done, and what's left undone is left undone. Andrea is going to play a postlude for us. I invite you to put yourselves in gallery view if you haven't done that yet. We can wave goodnight to each other, and then when she's done with the postlude, I'll invite you to unmute. If you'd like to stay around and fellowship and say hello to each other over Zoom, that would be lovely. And if not, we send you off to your peaceful night, however you need to go on about that. And thank you for being here.